leather gloves, we're slapping in hams. Popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stems. Pink cotton candy, love on a stick, was chasing the beer. The circle the lips, play ball. Play ball. Roll up the bases and smack it right over the wall.
Play ball.
Play ball.
Hey, where's
Pick up the caps. Time
We're
for the
live.
song.
We can't see ourselves, but
That's
we are
Okay,
live.
we're live.
We are live.
live.
We are live. Welcome to Laughter Saves Live.
Live.
I'm your host, John Santo, being assisted today by my co-host, the wonderful, talented, and handsome Pat Marone.
Hey, how you doing?
You want to introduce the people?
I'm next to our social media guy tonight, the wonderful actor Frank Fiala.
Thank you.
Oh, up and coming, baby.
Up
and
and
wonderful
coming. Thank you.
comedian, retired New York City firefighter, and generally amazing talent, Steve Oliva.
Oh,
And tonight, John is on assignment again. John LaRocchi is on assignment.
We're
He's
devastated.
not with us, but you never know if he's going to pop
You
up.
never know if he's going to pop in.
He could pop up anywhere,
Just when we thought we could do whatever we wanted, bam! He calls in.
and we love him. But we want him. He could pop up at any
he
moment.
always pops up at some obscure hotel room, motel room,
That's right.
in like the Midwest somewhere. There's a neon light that says like Denny's in the back.
Right.
There's two hookers fist fighting in
Right.
the alley.
Right. It's the dead hooker in the bathtub that we're worried about.
It's like that hotel in
He's
Rocky
eating a
3.
three-day-old Domino's pizza.
I guarantee that's him. He was very disappointed with last week's show.
I'm sure he was.
Even though we got great ratings. It's him?
Hey, Johnny Rocks.
Can we screen him in?
You got to turn your volume down behind. I'm looking
on
at
your
the-
radio.
I'm looking
I
at
know,
the
we're
thing.
always looking at the thing. I showed the
You look
video
good
of
here.
it.
You look good here. A Yelp review.
There's a
is front of
screen
your
in
face.
front of him.
There's a Yelp review in front of your face.
Right, there's a Yelp
Hey, John, turn your volume off. Thank you.
John, clear
Yeah.
yourself.
There he is.
Yeah,
Oh,
Mama Luke.
God.
We didn't even get to do all week, and you already called and you don't trust us.
Nice yellow tint. What do you
Now
got?
we're happy. You
hepatitis
look,
now?
you look nice. You look
Yeah,
nice.
vitiligo last week and
What are you in the desert? What are you in the desert?
I'm going to be like most guests. You're not gonna let me talk for at least 15 minutes.
Correct.
Now go ahead, shoot.
It's your show,
All right.
please.
I don't want to take up much of your time because you guys do a wonderful job filling time. Holy crap!
Nice jumbo
I
size
just
soda.
I just wanted to mention last week's show at Gotham Comedy Club, which was an unbelievable night for Laughter Saves Lives Foundation and Comedy Tour, and I just wanted to give a big hug and pat on the back for Pat Marone for opening up the show. And the minute he stepped on the stage, he owned that stage and got that show off on the right foot. You did a wonderful job, Patrick.
Thank you, John. Thank you,
Congratulations,
John.
Pat. I heard he killed.
And not just kissing up to John. He was outstanding himself. He was really good.
You could say it again.
The only thing, now he was outstanding too on stage. He just got a little lost coming inside. He was running around doing his crazy Laughter Saves Lives thing. After he got on stage, he was phenomenal.
And everybody killed. Caitlin Murphy did the set in memory of her uncle who died on 9/11 and her cousin who was also an FDNY who had passed away since. It was a really nice moment of the show. She went up there and she had a great set, but they gave her a standing ovation as she walked onto the stage in memory of her uncle and her cousin. And then when she finished the set, another standing ovation in memory of her uncle and cousin. And her dad, I don't think her dad has seen her yet. He sat right next to the stage, and to look at his face looking at her up there killing in memory of his brother and his nephew was an awesome moment that night. It really, really was my favorite part of the night.
Yeah, she was great. She was great.
So great to hear.
And don't forget, Peaches went up there and killed following Jerry Seinfeld and Georgia Wallace.
Yeah,
that was not an easy spot.
Not easy to
Yes,
follow.
she did. She did. She really did kill. And we heard it all week on Facebook too. But
Between her and Manny, you don't know who has the most posts.
I would love for a comedian to say, you know, I had a
Going
really
into the
shitty
show,
set
it was
last
the
night.
Peaches Rodriguez show, also appearing on Laughter Saves Lives.
But John, I know you also
and
follow-
Teddy Smith and Daddario had great sets too.
Well, they're
even
amazing.
even though they were
given.
short. Well, they are given, but
They
I
can
still like
follow
to throw out.
anybody.
I like to
They're-
throw out.
They're great.
Tom is a fellow co-host once in a while. I got to throw Tom out.
John, I
there.
actually followed Seinfeld one night all the way back to his apartment, but he called the cops on me. So, you know, I'm a big fan, big
Well, you
fan.
guys
You know,
listen,
I
I
once
don't
had
want
a.
to. I want to take up Steve has a good thing prepared for tonight,
Oh,
and I'm
wow.
sure you guys have some stuff prepared. So have fun.
Yeah, we're
I'll
prepared.
watch the show and enjoy yourselves.
Thank you
All right.
for
Later,
checking
brother,
in on
buddy.
us.
Great seeing you there, John.
All right.
We'll see
Love
when
you
we get
guys.
back.
Miss you. Have a ball.
Love you. Wish you were here.
Thanks, John.
Yeah, you
Enjoy.
always say that. Yeah.
I once had a very arrogant comic told me, he said to me, he goes, Santo, you could never follow me. And I was really offended by that because I was behind that asshole for 15 miles. He had no clue I was there. All right, so what do we do? How was your week? How was your week, Pat?
Well, it was good. I was at John really talked about my week.
Yeah,
That
he
was
does.
that
He
was
steals,
nothing
he
else
steals
happened?
everybody's
that was
thunder.
hey, listen. He couldn't have been said better. It was a fun show, great show. I mean,
So proud of you.
seeing Seinfeld and George Wallace. I mean, it was really
But,
and like he said with Caitlin was phenomenal, and just to see that it really was touching.
But those two guys, Wallace and Seinfeld, they weren't on the show, were they?
no, they stopped it
No.
and they did sets.
I thought I made it clear
Well,
Made it
we were thinking
perfectly
about-
clear
That's a
not-
good point, Lish.
Not
We were
to
that
allow
comics not
shitty
on the
comics
fly.
to
Yes.
show up.
Yeah, we were thinking. And-
don't bother coming to the
and,
show.
And you know what? The show was run terrifically, and it was nice to see Mazzilli, the owner. He let the firemen that were on duty. He let him in, and
That's
he gave
awesome.
and he gave him free drink, and that was touching too.
That's
I mean,
awesome.
It was an all-around great night. It really
Good,
was.
good.
I
I
mean,
like to
from,
hear that.
from
Now,
beginning to end.
Don't let that
No.
happen again. If I get wind that people show up for these shows.
And you were missed, Steve. I really was
I
looking
Yes.
forward. I was
see
looking
that.
forward to
You,
working.
didn't
with
you
get
do
it,
that
we'll
show
get it.
the week before?
the Brewster show was a great show.
No,
also.
I mean last year, weren't you? Didn't you MC the Gotham show
I
that we did?
MC the, I think, yeah, I MC the Gotham show last
Right,
year. But
Frank
that,
and I were on that
that was,
show that year.
was that the
last
gala?
Yeah.
Was that the
No,
gala?
not the gala.
That was another
before the
show.
gala.
Yeah, I MC
The Gotham.
That was
Yeah,
that was the
always-
one when you guys were
Yeah,
on
UMC.
Suki, and then we're on from
Sukanya
Yes,
Christian
yeah,
and
yeah.
Yes,
another
and
guy.
Amy
Right.
Freeze, I believe.
Yeah.
Right.
No, Amy Freeze didn't show up. We forgot that she didn't show up. She had some
Maybe because
personal.
there's
You know,
six Maurices in a row in April.
And
Weather
my,
delay.
and my buddy Ralph was going there just to see her. He don't give a shit about seeing me. He was going there just to see Amy Freeze, and you had to see his face. He goes, "Would you believe this, Patty? Patty, would you believe this? I drive all the way here." He was there at 6 o'clock. He wanted to meet.
Oh, wow.
He said, "You believe this? Amy Freeze ain't showing up." He said, "I'm the born loser." And then when Seinfeld came out, and George Wallace is one of his favorite comedians. When Wallace came out, he said, "This made my night." He said, "The hell with Amy Freeze."
Actually, that's a good point about that. If a lot of my friends, they sometimes come to see the other comics on the show, and that's fine because I work with a lot of amazing people. But maybe don't bring it up to me that you didn't come to see me. You came to see one of the other people.
I came to see Pat.
Yeah, I came to see Pat again.
no,
That's fine if you did,
no,
because these guys are incredible. But you don't have to mention it over and over, especially
Listen.
if I'm related to you, or if you gave birth to me. You don't have to say,
No, it's the best.
you know, I came to see
I
somebody
don't know
else.
if you remember the episode on
Just
the.
come, just
I don't
come.
know if you remember the episode on the Honeymooners when Ralph Cramden was on Rachel when he was doing the play.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
And the
yeah.
guy was saying, "Are you were good too, Ralph?" So I had my girlfriend, my mother, and my friend Ralphie, myself, and none of them. They were all amazed about Seinfeld. They didn't care two shits about my performance. You
Well,
know?
let me. I like to use analogies, but let me put it like this. And it's not that you're not all professionals, right? But if you went to see like maybe the '75 New York Mets, you're going to see Tom Seaver. You're not going to see Ron Hodges. You know what I mean?
You're right. You're right.
So think about it. They're all pros.
I wasn't taking it serious. I'm making a joke, Steve. So.
Really? Sometimes I can't tell.
Well, when a guy like that shows up, you can't outshine him.
Yeah, that's a different thing. But again, the people
I was
shouldn't
one of
do
those Met
that.
fans that would be happy to see Ron Hodges.
Shouldn't
back.
show up.
Next time you
Me
come.
too. No offense, Ron.
I'm going to let it go this time, but I don't want to hear any more reports of people that
I
aren't on
think
the
they
fly.
showed up, John, just to
Piss me off?
This,
Well,
this,
be honest
this
with you.
Long Island
That could
comic,
be.
we're showing.
You know,
That could
to
be.
be
Do
honest
that
with
from
you,
now on.
it was really tough. I felt bad for guys like Teddy and Dario and Peaches
yes.
that they, you know, they're ready to go and do their, you know, poor Tom and Teddy, they had to cut their act back, and you know,
Right.
Well,
That's
and,
what I don't
and,
like
and as
about it,
professionals,
yeah.
they did what they had to do.
Yeah,
it
but
was-
you know what though?
it's-
They were looking forward to
Yeah.
that show for months.
Yes,
and
I
they might
felt-
have had a lot of people
Yeah.
there to see him.
Right.
Now, what if somebody like was in the audience and they waited a long time to see you, and now all of a sudden you're getting time cut? That's annoying. That's why if you're not on the show, don't show,
Right.
unless you're going to just sit your ass down
But
and
when
watch.
Chris Mazzilli tells them to go up, he goes up.
All right. Frank, how was your week?
Uneventful. It's the, you know,
Selling stuff?
I am selling a lot. Real estate is booming.
Is
You
it
know,
a buyer's
booming
market
'cause
or
of
a
the Trump
seller's
economy.
It's a
market?
seller's market. We have
It's a seller's market.
We have no inventory.
Really?
I mean, really lack of inventory. I mean, I think last time I checked, my numbers might be a little off. I think in all of Nassau County, there's only about 3,000 houses for sale.
Wow.
Right.
There's one on Hicksville Road that literally has been hit by cars. On the corner of Hicksville Road and Clark.
Right, I would
Street.
never sell that house because that's just a moneymaker. Every time the car hits it, you're just
Oh,
going
it's
to get
now a
money from
garage.
the insurance.
It's a
no,
garage now.
No, it's a 2-bedroom house. They want like $450 for that house.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm
And
not
it's
saying,
on
I'm not
Hitchville
saying
Road.
that people are pricing their houses smartly, but you know,
Okay. All right. So
As long as you're making money,
that's
you
food
that's
for
it.
thought.
So,
my
so
friend.
if you're thinking about selling, you know, now
Frank.
would be the time to think about it. Give me a call. I'll be very happy to give you a
Another-
seller's consultation or a
He'll
buyer's
be very
consult.
frank.
Does
'cause
a
his name
seller's
is Frank.
consultation
Another
cost any
shameless
money?
plug. Another
my
shameless plug by
consultations
Frank
are, yes,
Biella.
yes, because if I don't plug it, nobody else will.
Right.
The buyer and seller consultations are complimentary and no obligation.
Oh, I like that.
Yes.
No obligation.
Do you give pens with your
You
name
do
on
not
it?
get a pen. As
What-
a matter of
what
fact,
are your
oftentimes
trinkets?
I will.
You don't have keychain
Nothing.
lights or
No,
I bring my
I
own
will
pen. I have a
oftentimes
space
come to the
pen.
house,
I
ask
like
you to
your,
borrow a
Trump
pen,
pen.
and then ask you for your
I'll bring that
Wi-Fi
next
code
week.
so I can do everything
Do
from
you have
the computer.
candy on your desk?
No,
my
no,
friend?
I don't
Come
have
on.
nothing.
How was your week, Steve?
Slightly uneventful. I was watching
Slightly uneventful.
watching my nephew all week. You know how everybody has that uncle, that zany uncle.
How old's your nephew?
Right. They
He's
also
20
have that
He's
uncle.
26.
26.
Right.
So,
They also have that uncle that the kids have to be careful around.
Uncle
He's
Ernie.
26.
but you know, the kid, you know, he likes his uncle. You know, we throw baseball. We, you know,
That's hilarious.
yeah, play video games and
Sitting on man cave.
try to get him, you know, to maybe get a job one of these days. Frank, you need anybody? Real estate? You need anybody?
You know what? Let him get his license.
I need a dishwasher.
I'll help him.
Would you mind if he showed up to work with a Metallica T-shirt? You know, and I don't know if it's.
You know what? There's a niche for everybody.
Everybody, right? Heavy metal, heavy
Heavy
house.
metal. Listen, there's a niche for everyone.
So
As long as it could sell.
my week was big this week. We had that. I'm going to do the UFO bit now.
I
Do
know
it now.
you-
It's the
because you've been
perfect time.
dying to do
Perfect
it.
time to
Yeah,
do
we're
it.
going to do the UFO
And
bit.
I know
so,
all the audience is excited.
Right.
To
They
see
want to
this.
know about the UFO that flew over two planes
So there
in
were
Albuquerque.
two planes in Albuquerque. Let me set this up for
Did
you.
you segment?
There were two planes over Albuquerque, New Mexico, and they were. I don't know what altitudes these flights were on, but the controller was working flights that were up at 30,000 feet. So that's the flight level altitudes, 18,000 and above. So I'm going to play the actual full. This is a Laughter Saves Lives live exclusive.
Right. Now, is this the alien audio or is this the audio from the pilots?
This is from the pilots.
Just want to clarify.
We don't know if it was an alien
Well,
UFO.
we don't.
We
We
know it was a
don't.
UFO, and a UFO is an unidentified. I used to be a pilot, and so we were trained how to make these
Yeah.
reports. Anything that's an unidentified flying object could be a kite.
Used to be a pilot. There's a reason why.
Used to be a pilot. I had a few accidents. Anyway, so let's.
You didn't drive into that house on
I'm
Hicksville
gonna-
Road, did you?
I barely missed it.
Barely.
So I'm going to play this. We have very high tech equipment. I'm just going to hold my phone up to my mic, and we're going to play it. We have to be quiet. on
Can
that.
everybody pay attention to this? He's been prepping
Right,
for this
right.
all week.
All week.
Silence.
Silent on the set or quiet on the set, whatever it is.
Noise is off.
Or 7-1 Papa Golf, go ahead.
Yeah, there was anybody above us that passed us like 30 seconds ago.
Or 7-1 Papa Golf, negative.
Okay. Stop this. A UFO. Yeah.
American 1095, let me know if you see anything pass over you here in the next 15 miles.
You know if anything passes over?
American 1095, affirmative. We had an aircraft in front of you that's 37 that reported something pass over him, and we didn't have any targets, so just let me know if you see anything pass over you.
I don't know what it was. It wasn't an airplane, but the path was going the opposite direction. Hey, it's American 1095. Yeah, something just passed over us. Don't know what it was, but it's at least 3,000 feet above us. So yeah, it passed right over the top of us.
Okay, American 1095, thank you.
So that was two aircraft. November 71 Papa Golf was a Learjet, a private jet, and American 1095 was a American Airlines flight. So two different flight crews within just a few seconds of each other were flying basically in the same direction. The Learjet was the first to see the object over it about 2,000 to 3,000 feet above it, and then that American crew, I guess, was in trail behind the Learjet on one of the airways, and they reported seeing the same thing. So you have two different crews reporting that, and you heard what he said. Something passed over. It wasn't an aircraft.
How big of an object was it?
They didn't say anything about the size.
I
They
mean,
couldn't
for
make
them to
out
be
the
able to
size.
see it, it had to be fairly substantial.
Had to be fairly substantial, and if it's going in the opposite direction, I mean, at the speeds they're going at, they're doing about 500 miles an hour. If it was another aircraft, the closure rates would be extremely high.
Was it yelling?
Extremely
"We're after
fast.
Saves
No,
lives"?
it wasn't. It wasn't an after saves lives aircraft that we can.
Wasn't LaRocchia
We didn't
going-
have anything in that area.
Wasn't LaRocchia going to a Motel 6 somewhere?
I don't know. It wasn't a witch on a broom. They didn't report
That's
any
it.
green
All right.
lady.
No, my wife was home.
Your wife was home, and the broom was in the hangar.
You
know
might
what?
get back in the
I gotta be honest,
doghouse
with you, my
again.
wife could never be a witch, and I'll tell you why.
Why?
She would
Try to
never
get out
get
of
that
this
close
one.
to a broom.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, boy.
So nobody knows what this is. I mean,
Oh,
it was.
boy.
They
He's in
said
trouble now.
you heard the two crews say it wasn't an aircraft. They would know what another airplane looked like. So it's either some kind of new top secret military airplane.
Tom
but
Dario
that's-
says thickness or length.
Well, he's asking what's most important in a UFO, and he said
as much as you can describe about it is
Well,
because if
You
it
have to
was
ask our UFO expert.
if it was military, those flight levels stop at 60,000
That's true.
feet. So if it was military, if
Why
it
would
was
they
like a new
stay
high tech,
with
they'd
dopes?
probably fly above that.
one radio show, folks.
Yeah, one show. We'd have easy and
You know,
flow.
the audience is supposed to stay quiet during
It's
this
an
segment.
unidentified flying
And they
object
probably
next to
wouldn't
me.
test that during the day where it would be easily seen. So it had no lights. Apparently, it was just. I mean, all aircraft are supposed to be lit. So nobody really knows what it is. But two crews encountered it. So and you heard the audio. That's the actual audio
Now,
from
who
the FAA.
releases
Listen,
that
later
audio?
on,
Who releases-
FAA would have all that
Why
audio.
would they
Listen.
release that audio?
I think. Well, if depending on what you think, one of the reasons is because maybe these are getting so common that it's hard for the government, if they are covering up actual UFOs, it's getting harder to do so. Well, they're getting us ready for when they
actually
when they
visit.
pulling over
All
Manhattan.
right, so if you guys are interested in UFOs, you could contact John Santo on his Facebook page. He knows everything about it.
Right.
But right now, we have to take
We
a
have
special
our
guest.
special guest, who is
terrestrial,
Who's
and she is
extraterrestrial.
her name is Ellen Karas. She's out of this world, but she is from this world.
She's the Greek goddess of comedy.
The Greek goddess of comedy.
Ellen, welcome.
Thank you, guys. I'm watching you on Facebook, and all there's missing is food.
Is what?
What?
Food on that table.
Food on the table, yes.
We have had cookies
Food on the
fast.
Ellen, there's no food going to last on this table for the first after the first 10 minutes of this segment. But yeah,
So Ellen,
thanks, Pat.
Yeah.
Ellen is the Greek goddess of comedy. She has opened for Drew Carey, Jimmy J.J. Walker, Sebastian Maniscalco.
Who was your favorite of those to open up for?
Don't ask her that. She wants to work with him again.
Favorite.
John
Didn't say
Malone.
who was the best. I said who's your favorite.
Don't worry, Steve. They're not going to watch this
Right.
show. So go ahead.
So please,
You're
Ellen,
not supposed to
who
say
was your
that,
favorite
Chef.
to open up for?
He's chef.
John Marocchio.
John
Ah, you
LaRocchia.
see, she
Wow.
knows.
She's savvy.
Wow.
And the reason why she has such great business sense is because she used to be a CPA with an MBA in finance.
Really? You're way too intelligent for this panel.
I have an MBA.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're an underachiever. I mean, that's she.
So
I'm not as smart as Ellen, but I have.
You are smart.
let's ask our guest to tell us a little bit more about herself and how she got into comedy. Ellen?
I was bored. I was bored of accounting. I needed to do something that was a total opposite. Yeah, I always wanted to be a performer, but I came from a Greek family. I was supposed to work in a diner.
Oh, listen.
Okay.
Where would Dinah's Queens?
Right.
Hey,
Diner-
Ellen?
Where would we be?
I
without diners?
have a comedian tax question for you.
Oh, lovely. Go ahead.
All right, because I think that this should be the tax code. If you're a comedian and you write a joke about a particular thing, like let's say you're in your car and you write a joke about traffic, shouldn't you be able to deduct your car payments as a business expense?
I think that you should do whatever you feel is prudent and necessary.
Right. Whatever you and your accountant agree to do.
Very
No, but I'm asking
diplomatic.
Ellen because she's
Audited,
both.
You
Wow.
you get
She's
audited.
being
It's
careful
the
against the
right.
IRS as well.
Being- She doesn't want to end up back in that cubicle. All right, pal.
So
don't put
Ellen,
her on the spot.
you got bored with comedy. You got bored with accounting. You became a comedian. And you created your own show. Tell us a little bit about your one-woman show.
Well, I do an act for Greek audiences. I have a Greek stand-up act. You know, all 7 Greeks that are left in the United States.
Right.
And it's yeah, it's like me and Carrie Kravis and John Stamos, I think, is all that's
All
left.
Greeks.
Right. It's all Greek to me.
I
That's
do a
what you
lot
should
of
call
Greek
it. It's all
a lot
Greek to
of
me.
Greek fundraisers and Hellenic stuff. But I also work a lot of private things because I can work clean. What are you guys doing? I'm watching you. You're like passing the paper back.
Yeah,
and
That's your
forth.
bio.
Because
for
this
the-
is your bio.
all got their hands
This is
on
like
the
a
desk.
3
Right, I'm the only one that read it.
We're a very professional show.
I printed
John
it.
is supposed to be the host today.
Right.
And Frank's a social media guy, and just Frank is a control freak like LaRosa.
I am not a control
And he's
freak,
just
but
taking
somebody
over.
has to take charge of
Sorry,
the
Alan. It's
misfits.
actually a pizza.
I don't
movie.
mind.
So,
Hey, Alan, can I ask you
Well,
a question?
it's okay because I actually called in at 4:10. As you know,
Yeah.
there was
Yes.
a problem with the
Yeah,
Yes.
what was the deal with that? Why was it 4:10? We come on at 8. 4:10 win. Hawaii?
right.
Alan, can I ask you a
No.
question?
That's what was in John's email.
I know. I saw the email. I'm like, what the hell's he talking about?
All right, Steve's got a good question to ask.
Steve has a good question.
Well, it's a relevant question. Alan, did you used to run the comedy? You used to produce a show at Jack Dempsey's Ale House in Manhattan?
No,
No,
that wasn't
okay.
me.
That
All right, good question.
That was probably Ellen DeGeneres. That wasn't me.
Right.
Now back to Walter Cronkite.
So, so tell us about your work with Fox News Channel and how you got involved with that.
Years ago, they used to have a show called The Strategy Room. It was an internet show, and they started to use comedians. And I forgot who it was. I think it was I think it was Jim Mandrino got me on, and they loved the CPA, MBA turned comedian angle, or well, my life. And I was able to talk on the business side and on the tax side. So I wound up getting on some of the other shows on the Fox Business Network. I was on Cavuto. I used to do a show called Bulls and Bears. It was done at 4 o'clock after the bell. That
Sure.
was actually a lot of fun. That
Yeah.
was a lot
With
of fun.
what's the name?
That
What
was
was the
good.
host name? I know that show. I've
That's
seen-
not Maria Bartiromo.
I did Hannity a few times. I've done his radio show.
Oh, you did? Oh.
I did Red Eye only once, but
I
so
saw
it was
you
cool.
on.
The Strategy Room was good.
I saw you on the business one a few times.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was fun. Too bad.
So,
So that was it. That was
Why
it
did
for
they
that.
stop? Why did they say you were very good? Why did they stop?
I don't know, because I asked maybe to potentially get paid one of these days, possibly.
You would think on a financial channel they'd pay you a few
that's
shekels.
why
right?
they have money. They don't pay.
They don't pay. Yeah.
I don't know, but once I made a request, a very nice request. That was the last. I appeared. So
Interesting.
that's all
All right.
it took for me.
Yeah. I don't
No sexual harassment or anything. I just asked to get
Right.
paid, just to for my knowledge.
You should have went into what's his name's office, the one that just got sued.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I should have. Roger Ailes.
Roger Ailes.
Too bad.
So you don't miss the wildly entertaining days of CPA and crunching numbers
Right.
and tax
210,
season.
net 30, and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't miss the actual going to an office and having to deal with some
Nerds.
of the idiosyncrasies.
Yeah.
Although in comedy, it's different idiosyncrasies.
Yes.
But I'm still sort of engaged, and I do some consulting, and I try to stay as informed as possible.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta, you also have to have your ammunition when you talk to people in the arts that think that everybody should be taxed at 90%,
Right.
and we should redistribute the wealth.
Thank you,
Right.
Ellen, for
Thank
taking
you,
up
Ellen.
the
We-
charge. Thank
Finally,
you,
a
Ellen.
smart guest.
Yes.
So, Ellen, you recently did the St. Albans show. Was that your first time doing the St. Albans show? And what did you think of that?
I did it once before a few years ago for John. It was it was rewarding the first time, and just as rewarding when we did it a couple of weeks ago. It's so great. It opens up your heart. It really does. You walk away thinking. First of all, you walk away thinking you should stop complaining.
Yes.
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 Because
Perspective.
there are people
Perspective.
with much bigger problems. And you feel a real sense of pride. I have to tell you, the people that I've met there, they don't make people like this anymore, right? I mean, what's
I
the
agree.
who is going to be the future vets? The 16 my 17-year-old nephew that takes the phone into the toilet to watch a YouTube video. I mean, seriously.
is that bad?
That's not just
Is that
limited
bad?
to 17-year-olds.
No, but I understand what you're saying. Like, I mean, and I think
Because I'm looking at
It was a
Pornhub.
different breed, just a
Yes.
different breed of people. But listen, John does a great. They're like so happy to see him. I mean, I'm sure he spends it's a whole Sunday by the time he gets there and he sets everything up and stuff. It's fantastic.
The man is a saint.
I can't.
He really
I
is.
can't say enough about it.
Hey, Ellen, Tom DiDario says he misses you. He said to say hello when he misses you.
I love him. He's the best. I miss
very
him too.
good. So, Ellen, it says here also that you're very passionate about healthy living and wellness. Was there anything that happened that made you decide to get healthy, or were you unhealthy, or what happened?
Yeah, my motivation is basically my mother's ass. Is basically what it is. It's the Greek ass is what is my motivation.
Okay, that makes sense.
You got to, especially as a woman, it's tough. And I'm very tiny. There's no place to hide. So
Is that a diner, like a diner maid ass
about
kind of
4
thing?
years ago that I work out at, and I got to tell you, I'm like addicted to it.
What kind of workout do you do?
It's cardio based, a lot of dance, strength training, boot camp. It's a lot of crazy
intervals?
crazy stuff.
So, and it says you're also very passionate about ovarian cancer research. What something happened with that, or how did you get affiliated with that?
About 10 years ago, I met a woman through a friend of mine, and she started a walk with her sister in Brooklyn. The ovarian cancer really never had a walk, and they started a walk in Brooklyn in Prospect Park. It was like the first year was in a trailer, next to a garbage can, and it has morphed. 10 years later, they asked me to MC. Actually, the first year I came to do they wanted me to do like 5 minutes of comedy. And when I got there, it was, they had a lot of guests. Nobody knew how to introduce. And I said, why don't you let me MC? I know how to do this, and this way we can kind of keep it going. So I've done it every year for 10 years. Unfortunately, she lost her battle, but her sister still continues on, and they've raised so much money. And I've met so many dynamic women, and every year they bring the survivors up on the stage, and it's so great to see them. So it was that's
good.
kind of how it happened. It
There are
was
good things in the
something
world,
that,
still. That's
a
good to hear,
gig
Ellen.
that turned into something that I'm passionate about, and I help in any way I can.
Ellen, John Santo here. You also have a very amazing podcast that you do each week, and you have some of the greatest talents in comedy on it. I know because I was on the show once, and
It was a slow week.
it was a slow week for Ellen. She had an
Drew
opening.
Carey, J.J. Walker, and Sebastian.
Yeah, they all
weren't
couldn't make
available.
it, so I was the best of what was left and available. But I went out. No, I loved it. Ellen is a terrific interviewer, and much better than we are.
I was going to say maybe we could take lessons.
Like she actually let me talk, and it was great. And Ellen, you want to promote that a little bit and talk about that?
Yeah, no, thank you very much. It's called Karis Comedy Corner. You can download it on iTunes or find it on iTunes. You just go to my website, ellenkaris.com. That one is an hour show. Sometimes it's longer. And that one I get guests and I interview. I had Jackie the Joke Man a couple of weeks ago. I had Sam Sorbo, who's Kevin Sorbo's wife, Hercules. She's also an actress. She was in a movie that got released on DVD. I had Nicole Malliotakis on, who ran against DeCamio, and unfortunately lost mayor of New York City. She was great. And actually, I'm going to have another politician on, a councilman from Brooklyn. So I like to mix it up. I mean, I have comics, of course, because, comics say yes to anything. But I like
That's how I got
have
married.
authors. I've had, again, healthy living, wellness. Just to get back to that healthy way, I love to eat. And I have a sweet addiction, so it's a big problem. But anyway, the show is fun. Then I have actually another half-hour one that I do just alone. It's more political, and I just rant. But everything is on my website, ellenkaris.com, and you can download them. They're all on iTunes and all that good stuff.
Now, I know you have a sweet tooth because there's a professional shot of you next to donuts. I remember seeing
Yes.
that you
Oh,
published.
God,
It's like a professional modeling shot. Ellen's a model too, and it's her next
Oh,
to
my-
donuts.
There you go.
Me and Sweets is like Charlie Sheen and hookers. I just love it.
Ellen, I'm running for governor. Can I come back on the show as a politician?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Okay.
Does his political slant matter? I mean, or is it an open?
I'm running on every line. I'm running as as an independent, conservative, Democratic, Republican, liberal, Green Party candidate.
Right. It worked. Well,
Yeah,
Ellen,
there you go. That'll do it.
Ellen, we thank you for having to coming on the show. We appreciate everything. And once again, what is your website?
EllenKaris.com. EllenKaris.com. Follow me also on Twitter and Instagram at Greek Chick Comic, and then Facebook, Ellen Karis, Greek Goddess of Comedy. Thank you so much, you guys.
Thank you for
on our
coming.
show.
Thanks, Ellen.
Hopefully we'll get to work together. Thanks
Love it.
again.
Thank
Ellen
you.
is so terrific. I
Should we
love
show
Ellen.
our Life Back
I
commercial?
think I'll
Let's go to
Let's go
commercial.
to commercial break. Regroup over here.
We have a big guest. We go right to
Yeah,
commercial.
he wants to go to.
Well, we're not on commercial yet, please.
When someone is choking, brain damage can occur after just 4 minutes. Did you know every 5 days a child dies because of a choking accident?
My name is Art Lee. I invented LifeVac to protect my family. LifeVac is an easy-to-use suction device with a special one-way valve to help save a choking victim.
I care for my dad, who's prone to choking. Having LifeVac in my home gives me peace of mind.
Protect your family. Buy LifeVac now.
Thank you, Daddy.
Call 1-877-LifeVac or visit lifevac.net.
No,
Not yet.
Later?
not till 9:40.
You don't want to go back into you want to go. You got
9:40, 8:40,
you got another UFO bit?
No. That,
I think we should do Steve's.
if we have any questions about my bit, you could ask it on the.
Steve's got
on
something to talk
Bookface.
about. Steve's got.
Steve, you have something you want to talk about?
Yes.
Well,
he does.
apparently there's a royal wedding coming up.
A royal wedding.
Yes, it's in
England.
I believe it's England.
It's England.
Because there's no royalty on Long Island.
I believe
We know
you're
this.
correct.
Yeah.
I believe you're correct.
Yeah, no one's running to the Massapequa.
Although Queens has a lot of royalty. Remember
Well, Trump's from Queens.
The Queens.
Yeah.
No, the movie with Eddie Murphy, Coming to America.
Oh, Coming to America, yes.
I must find a woman of great intellect and beauty. I go to Queens.
Well, in England, there's a
England.
big wedding coming up, okay?
Okay.
Now, we all know the biggest wedding of years ago, which was
Princess Charles and Lady Diana.
Lady Diana. Interesting match. Now we have this kid, Prince Harry, I believe his name is, right? Harry?
Yeah.
And Meghan Markle.
I have no clue.
Yep.
Right.
Pat has no clue.
I have no clue.
Pat,
do I.
Pat, you might be able to.
I know a
you
little
might
bit.
be able to
Nothing
relate
good
to.
comes out of England.
That's not true.
James
England,
Bond.
they're our friend,
Not a
the
big
Royal
fan.
Navy.
Not a Bond fan?
Not a Bond fan.
Oh, I
Pat,
like
you'll
Bond.
appreciate this. You're Italian.
Beatles.
They're having 2,000 people at the wedding. You're Italian. That makes sense. to you, right?
2,000 people.
2,000 people at a wedding,
Yeah, nice.
and that's a lot.
It's a big. They're gonna have how many?
That's a lot of sausage and peppers, right, Pat?
A lot of envelopes.
It's at least
I
three.
like- Did they give
at least
envelopes
three.
at the royal wedding? I
Oh,
don't
they
know.
got to
What
give
it
an
is.
envelope. You got to give
know.
a little something to get you
Little
started.
labous.
No, you're thinking of an Italian wedding. I don't know if they
Well,
do
you
it
just
the
said
same way
Italian
over there.
wedding.
No, yeah, but I don't know if
like
you
an
know.
Italian
She's not
recipe
Italian,
done.
but
The thing with the Charles and Diana,
yeah.
you said that was. I mean, wasn't she like way up here on the looks quotient and him down here?
Well, clearly it might have been some.
There was
like,
a big
Somewhat
differential.
arranged, you know. Years ago, they
was
wouldn't
weird.
have met online, you know. But this young lady, Meghan Markle, is very pretty,
Very pretty.
and you know, you know, she's a good-looking girl. She had paid dirt. Her father, actually, what's interesting, he's kind of a very private guy.
Mm-hmm.
He lives in Mexico, so almost. I'm not going to call him reclusive, but in a sense, they say he is.
Is she British? She's not British. I
not
thought they had to be British. Everybody had to be British.
No, I think she's from.
Booger. I thought they all had to be Brits.
I don't know if she's British. She might be. I think she's from what is it? Santa Mauritius, out in Long Island.
Santa Mauritius.
Yeah. So
We're losing viewers.
now, viewers, stay with us. So you would think that the father
The only one left.
probably says to his daughter, "Listen, I'm a private guy. Of everyone you could marry, you got to marry the Prince of England." You know what I mean? Like
That's big, right?
Like yeah, like young lady, you know, could you marry that guy from like Home Depot or something? So he can't be that happy. The guy's not even on Facebook. So his daughter's marrying the Prince of England. I guess is that what they call
No,
him?
it's Prince of Prince of Cambridge or Prince of it's a part of England. Like Diana was Lady Diana of
Nassau County. and
not
he'd be
Nassau
the-
County. It was Diana Spencer of Prince of Wales. She was the Princess of Wales.
And you think they're showing off by having 2,000 people at a wedding, though?
That's a lot of people.
My
That's a lot
friend,
of people.
my friend got married at a
And the
bar.
media won't cover it.
No, they won't cover it. All right. My friend got married in the back of a bar in Brooklyn. We had a great time. There was no kings at that wedding.
This is probably going to be a lot of people they have to invite, like heads of state.
Well, they're inviting the Spice Girls. Are actually
The
invited.
Sp-
Yeah,
Oh.
Frank just perked up.
Absolutely.
Pat, you remember the Spice Girls?
Yes.
I know you went to a couple of concerts.
Yeah.
What else you got there?
Well, I'm just saying, like,
real
it's just-
interesting stuff. I'd say the viewership went down.
the
from
viewership
this
went
is
down.
15.
You know,
This is
Pat,
his report. This is his
Pat,
report.
we're trying to cater to a bigger audience, all right, pal? All right?
Right.
We might be.
Right.
We
Yeah,
might
how
get
much
China
we talk about
sponsors.
cannolis, meatballs,
Hey, we gotta
the
branch
Bronx,
out. We need
cannolis,
sponsors.
meatballs, the Bronx Tale. That's New York, pal. We're trying to expand.
Well, John already commented on here. John LaRocca, he said
What did
you
he
said
say?
how much sausage and pepper. He said 4,000 meatballs.
Right.
He said.
No,
So
you can't do
you
two
perked
each.
right up,
And John
right?
couldn't
You got to
wait
have
for
at
this
least
segment.
4 each. 8,000 meatballs.
All I
at
got to
least.
do to get Pat to wake up, I'd be like, yeah, so there's a royal wedding going on, cannolis.
Could you imagine having
What?
to serve all those people at once?
John
Just think about getting coffee at
By the
end.
way,
John has some info here. August 4th, 1981, age 36, Los Angeles, California, USA.
right.
the hell's this?
Nationality American, height 5'7", spouse Trevor Engelson,
Oh, this is
partner Prince Harry, parents Doria Ragland and
John, this
Thomas
is
Markey.
Steve's segment.
Well, just wanted to just show you that John wanted to just
So she was married.
correct you.
She was married
when
before.
was the Princess Charles wedding? That was 81 also. So she was born the year that Lady Diana and married Prince Charles. I believe that was 81.
That's why you have your doctor has a problem
Yeah,
with you.
she was
he said.
only 19 years old, yeah.
Well, the Spice Girls are going. Is there anything else we really need to know?
This thing with Diana, with the, I think...
I'm waiting for the punchline.
The punchline is I hope their waitress is actually there so they can ask people.
Do you
So
think
tell
there was
me
any
what you
foul
want,
play?
what you really, really
You
want.
think there was any
That's all I
foul play
wanted
with
to say.
Princess Diana?
Who?
When she
Really,
was
that's what this was
that
a
was
build-up for?
that was Steve LaRocca. Steve,
He asked me for a punchline. I
oh
gave
my
it to him.
God.
Steve Oliva's investigative reporting. That's going to be our new
Right.
segment.
Yeah, that UFO was your
All right.
investigative
Apparently,
report.
international news is not at the top of the list on Sunrise Highway. So we're gonna
I'll
have
believe
to.
that. I'll commend your report as a Michael Caine impressionist. I'll commend it.
Thank
we
you.
should be branching out across the pond.
Well, thank you, John.
Our viewership in London just went through the roof.
That's right. So
2 people.
You know, Pat, I'm trying
Oh,
to expand.
Tom
your
Daddario said, "Who decided to talk about this?"
Right,
I think
we-
it was LaRocca.
I don't want to mention LaRocca.
I think it was. I think it was
I'm sure it was
LaRocca.
LaRocca's idea.
He's our producer. He produced the show.
Right, here comes the bus.
Speaking of London, they want to have a Major League Baseball game in England, which is, I don't think, a good idea because you're going to have to run the bases the opposite way. Because they go to the left.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to run our third base will be their first base.
Did you ever play that way?
No, no.
I did.
I think it's a horrible idea. Horrible idea.
Yes, you could play that.
All right.
And
All
the
right,
media won't
so,
cover it. What do we have to call? We have to call Marfa?
I just texted him to call in.
Oh, he'll call in.
Listen,
he probably
that was
won't.
very.
Next week, I'll be discussing rubber production in New Zealand.
No, this was a good report. This was great because a lot of people don't know all these details.
You don't have.
I still don't know any of the details.
I'm telling you,
He
there's 2,000
reported.
people. The father is somewhat
You
reclusive. The
forgot that-
Spice Girls are
Is
going
she
to be
Italian?
there.
She wasn't Italian.
But
She's
how
not
is this
Italian.
going to help?
Okay.
John wants an informative show. How is this going to help the average person at home?
Right.
It's
This is
going
our
to show.
entertainment
It's going to
segment.
show that
It's,
we have a wide range of abilities to speak about different things,
It's international.
other than cannolis, meatballs, and toe fungus.
We're
All right,
branching
pal?
out internationally. Global audience. That's big. Because the rest of the world is a lot bigger than the U.S.
LaRocca said,
We'll get
"Let's see
big
how
audience.
long John can Santo can go without mentioning an airplane."
I didn't mention airplane since the
Oh,
segment
there you go.
ended. Fuck, they get me every time. Sons of bitches. I didn't mention the A word since 8:20.
All right. Well, since
I have another word I might bring up a few times.
let's crowbar in Pat's extra job on the Bronx Tale. Pat, off to you, Pat. Let's go. Huh? Let's just go right
Hey,
back.
listen, if you-
He was in
you
a
gotta,
Bronx
You
Tale.
got to watch it quick because I'm the guy in the trunk.
In the trunk.
If you blink, you can see me.
Oh my God.
You're in the trunk. What was
That
it, an
was
F-150?
Oh my God, the delivery on that was incredible. Steve Oliva, ladies and gentlemen.
There it is, folks.
Great to have him back with us. He was sick.
He's on
International
any kind
news of the day.
Royal weddings. He's into all kinds of weddings.
Yeah.
I'm proud of him. He went to an area which was not an easy thing to report on.
I think John set him up.
Our female viewership is big now because they love the wedding crap.
Wedding crap.
And Meghan Markle's
Very nice.
she's a hot tomato.
And that helps us with the male audience. We're building our
listen,
demographic.
Steve, I'm only teasing you.
Thanks, Pat.
I know nothing about any of this, but I'm
Really?
glad
I'm
you enlightened
surprised
me.
by looking at you. You seem like a well-read guy.
Yeah, well, I'm not, really not. All I know about is sports. That's it.
What's the score of the Met game? Can we find out?
The Met game.
The Mets
We're
are
waiting
playing
for
in
Joe
the bad
Moffa
weather.
to call in.
What horrible weather we had.
Why don't we yell out the
game
window?
snowed out and rained out. It's terrible. I want spring already, Mother Nature.
Oh.
No more rain, no more snow.
Steve, my wife said she loved the segment.
Yeah.
See?
And then again,
Thank
she
you.
loves Frank.
See, we're big that's a big.
We're not even sure about that.
That's big with the female demographic.
Yes.
Good work. Good work.
See,
You're always catering to the female. I love
I'm the
it. I
only
love
one
it.
here that
I
worked
grew up
in
with
media
3 sisters.
professionally. I used to
Well, 2
work in
sisters
media.
and my mom.
Really?
Yes.
And you
you're a
couldn't
great
come up
guy.
with a
You're-
question
and
or two
very
to ask the
educated.
guest.
Thank you. I have a
I
degree.
asked the question.
I have a degree in economics. But
Well, anyway,
Just because it wasn't your question doesn't mean it was the wrong question.
Didn't say it was a wrong
anyway,
question.
this week is, if you want to switch to another,
Let's see what the
this
numbers
week
look
is
like.
Masters Week in golf.
There's
for
no
any golf
score.
fans
oh
out there.
boy, yeah.
And
thank you.
Gee, what an exhilarating
It's Harold
topic.
Buck. I wonder if Joe's brother.
Oh, no, Harold Buck. Oh, thank you, Harold.
Oh, we're going to talk about golf
I-
now. An
I've known
exhilarating
Harold for a
topic
long
after the
time.
royal wedding.
Thank you, Harold.
Yeah, let's
Oh, okay.
talk about
Thanks.
golf.
But,
Nothing like to save a
No
segment
score.
than talking
Joe
about
Buck
golf.
just scored.
all right.
Well,
I
reason I wanna
suspect
talk
at any
about
moment
golf.
we're going to get a phone call. But that's just me.
That's
All right,
just
let's
us.
talk about golf. Let's talk about something interesting about golf.
well, now we got to get the phone call.
When
We'll-
Tiger Woods got locked up for wobbling on the
Sorry.
highway. Now that's interesting. All right, that's
Yeah.
more interesting than watching him hit a ball.
well, golf is a fun sport.
Rusty Staub
you
passed
play?
away. We should mention
I play
that.
You know what?
every
We
week.
Play
should.
golf?
I play every
Rusty
week.
Staub did a lot for the.
Rusty Staub did a lot for the charities
for
that
the
we
police,
support.
yeah,
We
I-
should
I-
talk about that.
Yes,
I believe
does.
I believe he created the widows and orphans.
Yes, he
fund,
did. I
for the-
I didn't
for the
know that. I
police
found
department.
that out during the
He did all
coverage.
of,
That was a good point.
yeah.
Yep.
So Keith Hernandez was talking about it on the thing that, on the show, that he was offered to play in an American League team to DH.
Correct.
And he wanted to stay in New York because he had his the Brave. What was the foundation? He was very in love with his charities.
And he had the restaurant, the charities, and he
Right.
did a lot with both. And he raised the Rusties and hundreds of millions of dollars. He raised over 100 million.
Because he could have been in the Hall of Fame. Got his 3,000 hits.
Yep.
And he chose to help.
He chose
his
charity over vanity,
Right.
which is amazing.
And
And the Mets put a patch, his signature in orange, on their right sleeve.
This
yeah,
year?
for the whole season on road and home. Yeah.
Very nice.
So
Very nice.
I'll pick
Yeah,
one of those up at City
I
Field
know.
when we
Did you
go.
remember
They'll
when you
sell
were-
them at City Field, I bet.
I remember watching him when I was a kid. I mean, he was one of the Mets didn't have too many good players, but he was their best hitter.
Because they sold when Gary Carter passed away. They sold his patch.
Yes.
And Ralph Kiner. Oh, we have a caller.
We have a caller.
We'll take the call.
I'm gonna try not to look at that speaker. I always.
It's very hard.
Hi, you're on the air on Laughter Saves Lives Live. Who is this, please?
It's Joe Moffa, man. What's up?
Joe Moffa.
Are you calling all the way in from Florida?
What's going up, guys?
What's up, Joe?
Not much. What's happening?
Look, who am I talking to?
Everybody. It doesn't matter.
You're talking to Frank Fiala and John Santo.
Right.
And Pat Marone and Steve
Hey,
Oliva.
what's going on, guys? Everything is good, right?
Yeah,
Everything
good.
is good.
Now that you're on.
Oh, John's texting me to tell you what kind of questions to ask you. Yes, John. Joe is calling in.
Oh, he's not there with you right now?
No, he's
No,
in San Antonio, Texas, but he's micromanaging us from across the country.
Right.
Son of a bitch.
Joe, what do you want to talk
I'm just
about?
on-
So
I'm
Joe,
just on the phone with him.
what's your take on the baseball season so far?
They just started, right?
They just
Did
started.
the Yankees win today?
I believe
Yes,
they did.
they were up 8-4 in the 8th
Oh,
inning.
they
Yeah.
won. They won. How about
Well,
the Mets?
they were up,
Tomorrow, Mets play.
They were up 4-0, and then all of a sudden it was 4-4, and then
Well, it's that great pitching staff. They can.
well,
really
they go to the
hold it
bullpen too soon. And I told you guys this last week when you said, "Oh, don't worry about it. The Yankees are going to be no problem." I said,
No,
down. I think
man,
the
they don't
Yankees
have
be
great
no problem if
pitching,
they
man.
kept,
No.
okay.
Hey, Joe.
But like last night, they lost last night, right? Big deal. It's the third, fourth game of the season, though. You can't worry about that shit.
No,
You can't worry
absolutely.
about
That's why we're not even concerned about the Mets winning. Only the
Oh,
13th.
That's horrible.
Joe, where are you at right now, Joe? What?
All right, sounds like you're in the bathroom.
No, are you in New York or where do you live, brother?
I'm in Pennsylvania.
Oh, Pennsylvania. All right, all right.
What? No, I live. What am I saying? Pennsylvania. I live.
Do you know where you are?
I'm in Jersey. I'm in Hackettstown.
Oh, all right. Close enough, brother. Close
Hackettstown,
enough.
New Jersey. I'm in the middle of nowhere.
All right. Well, this show's kind of in the. Till you called, this show was a bit in the middle of nowhere for a while.
And it still is.
I was in the middle
So,
of nowhere.
Still
right. So, Joe, tell us about your show there. What is it? Shut Up, Sit Down, and Eat, or the other one, My Big Fat...
Yeah, I'm doing that with well, we put Big Fat on hold for a little while.
You what?
I want to do what? I put it on hold a little while.
Okay.
I'm looking to do Shut Up, Sit Down, and Eat more so. Definitely.
So when do you plan on bringing it back?
Oh, I just pour myself a nice cup of tea, Frankie. Oh, it feels great.
Nice.
That's it. I'm done.
Drinking tea in Hackettstown, New
I'm sitting
Jersey.
on my couch.
Doesn't get any better than that.
I see he's a big Yankees fan. He didn't even know the score.
Right. So.
I was falling asleep on my couch. I said, holy shit, I gotta call these guys.
Well, you live,
that's all right. Most
you
of
live
our
in
audience
Florida
falls
now.
asleep.
They don't fall asleep.
Joe, I'm on the show and I'm falling asleep.
that woke up.
Joe, I'm on the show. I'm falling asleep myself. So.
Well, after that last segment,
I'm on hooking.
Royal wedding.
I think they called the wedding off after that
What is it, on Dr. Phil. I watched Dr. Phil on Channel 10.
Dr. Phil, what is the topic today of...
Dr. Phil.
Some girl she was a prostitute.
Aren't they all?
That's going to be our guest next week.
Aren't they all, Joe?
That's
a good voice for you to do, man, right there, Sam. Dr. Phil. You do Dr. Phil, no?
I don't do Dr. Phil. No, I work during the day. I never got into him.
Go for it.
I should. I'll work on that. It would be a good one to do. He's right.
I think you would like to get into him.
Dr. Phil.
Joe lives in New
You guys are
Jersey.
busy, everything is going good?
Yeah, everything is good, brother.
I'm laying back, man. I'm doing so. I got a couple of Morgan gigs this month. Then we got the show, the 15th in the city. Then we're doing it again in May. And then we're gonna again in July. I'm doing stuff like that, June, July, one show a month in the city.
I think I'm on a show with you in May. We might be working together on a Morgan show in May.
Well, where are you working? What dates? The end of the month?
May 12th, I'm working for him.
No, I'm with him the last 2 Saturdays in April.
Okay.
Now I think we lost all our audience.
Right.
No, Joe Moff is a big star. So
I'm a big draw now. I'm working for Rick.
Do you want to promote the website for those shows? For which one is on hiatus? My Big Fat is on hiatus, but
Right,
the
tell-
other one is.
No, but I was talking with Eric, and I said, sometimes the shows are a little similar. Let's take one. I'd rather do Shut Up. So we'll see what happens now. I'm gonna put that up. I'm still doing my comedy.
why don't you tell us about the show?
That's with Eric Tattaglio,
Right.
who's also a big star.
Right.
Tell us about the show.
In the show, Eric's hair blows right off his head. There's a drum roll. When they hit the cymbal, Eric's hair blows right off the top of his head.
I was just trying to figure out when I was working with Joe, John. John is
No, it's 4 Italian.
messaging us from
Americans.
afar.
Right.
Very alert.
Notice I didn't
Well,
give a
we go-
date or a time.
Very alert host today.
Right. And
Very alert. Well, you
I think,
can't
he's,
have
I think he's on the UFO.
he might be. So,
I just got
Want
fired
to talk
on
about
text.
the royal wedding, brother?
I just got fired on text.
You just got fired. from
I just
a
got
job in
fired,
18.
Joe, on text.
Yeah, for talking about the Morgan.
By the
doing
president. He
Yeah.
is a president.
Oh.
John LaRocque is a president.
Yes.
God.
He just fired me. Wow, okay.
Who just texted you?
See ya. I gotta go.
John LaRocque here.
right, get out.
Oh,
I had
Loki just
5
texted
tickets
him?
to the Met game, and I gave them up to be here, and I got fired. I should have gone to the Met
The
game.
fucking Met game.
Well, you would've been fine anyway.
What did the Mets do? The Mets play at home tomorrow, right? Am I correct?
Tonight they're playing. They're playing tonight, tomorrow.
You're close. Yeah, they're playing tonight and tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
The Mets won the World Series 2 years ago, man.
They almost won.
Yeah.
You never know. Almost won. They got swept, I think.
No, they won again.
You had all those positive Facebook posts 2 years ago.
Yes, I was ready to kill you.
I know. Everybody hates me from that. I still get shit.
I don't hate you.
We still do.
I just don't like you as much as I
I
used to.
shit. No one's gonna get mad at that, is he? Is LaRocchi gonna get upset? You're gonna take away his new studio?
Oh, this is my last show. I only have 10 minutes left.
John's farewell tour.
Right.
Go easy, Joe. It's the only
This is my
gig I got.
farewell tour.
This is one of our greatest interviews that we've had. So
Yes.
far.
Yes.
I think this is up next to the.
This is like the Jerry Lewis
I think this is
interview.
up next to what's his name, Tony F. Bombs.
Oh, Tony.
Tony F. Bombs. Joe, did you see that show where we had it? He's a former New York City bomb squad detective, and he said the F bomb 5 times in the first 10 seconds.
Oh,
And what happened? Did he get booted off? No.
No, we kept him on. I
We
couldn't
had
even
to change
breathe.
the
I was
rating
laughing.
from PG to mature.
Oh God, God Almighty! Who cares about that crap? Please.
All right.
The Yankees.
All right.
It's all a bunch of crap. Frankie,
Hey,
how's your son doing? Is he still working?
No, he's in school now, Joe. Thank you for asking. He's up in Maritime. He's getting ready to sail off to Europe next month, so he hasn't really been performing.
He's going to Europe. Good for him.
Yeah. So
Good for him, man. That's really
They
good.
sail out and then they fly back, and then when he's a senior, he'll
Europe.
he'll do both.
I went
both
to the
trips.
Bronx Zoo when I was his age.
What a trip that was, though, right? For us, that was a
Europe.
big thing.
Right.
Hey, Bobby, are we going to the hour?
Why Europe? My father would say to me.
Yep, all right.
Europe. Go make your bed.
Right.
Get out of here. That's nice. How old is your boy? 16?
He's 18 now. So it's part of the college experience. He's
Why don't
studying.
you guys call each
he's,
other
He's
off
studying
air
engineering.
and,
John said to tell Joe we're on the air. I guess he doesn't. It's live.
No, we know that. Tell him, but tell him we're conversing.
We are conversing live.
Conversing, pal.
We'll clean this up in post-production.
Right.
Okay, got the royal wedding.
Well, we'll let you go, Joe. We thank you for
Right.
calling
Enjoy
in.
your tea. I hope it's still hot.
Hope it's still hot.
No, it's still not. Tell Rocky you're bullshit.
This
Tell him
is
I
all-
want to get paid next time.
This is almost more painful than the Rick Morgan show.
Wow.
No. I'm doing something in Picatinny. Something for the
Well, Joe, thanks again for calling in, brother.
All right, peace, man. I'll talk to you.
I
guys.
gotta say my
Joe.
farewell because I got fired.
Joe, be
So-
well.
it, man.
We'll talk to you later.
So I just want
All
to
right.
thank everybody in the audience for tuning in tonight. This is my farewell show. It's my last show as a host, co-host, social media person.
Perhaps if you mention the Heather Pendergrass show, he'll bring you back.
Oh, maybe. Let's do the Heather Pendergrass show flyer and
Teddy Pendergrass, he's dead.
no, Heather Pendergrass, and I'm also on a very important Laugh to Save's live show this Saturday,
Oh, you may
April
not be.
7th. Well, I mean, actually, that's true. I might not be in East Quogue on April 7th with John LaRocchia, but hopefully I still am
Hopefully
on
your
that
show's
show.
better than that interview.
Hopefully.
Joe is a.
Do we have
There
that?
it is. There's the
there
Teddy
we go.
Pendergrass show.
There we go. Come laugh with us, Friday, April 27th, and that is in, where is that?
That is
It's at Martin Luther School.
Right. That's
Queens.
not the
What?
the Heather Pendergrass
That's
show.
not
but
the show, but we'll put that
also
up
an
anyway.
important show.
Also an important show, and
Really big
See, that's
shoe.
comedy night for it's with
Where
the
is
PTA
it?
of Martin Luther
Martin
School.
Luther
I think
School.
John is-
on that.
Do you know that
Pat
today's the
Gagliardi's on
anniversary
that.
of when Martin Luther King was assassinated?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
I can't do Saturday. I can't
Oh,
do
tomorrow.
Saturday.
It's tomorrow. What's today? Today was when he gave the speech, The Promised Land, and tomorrow he gets assassinated.
Wow.
I can't do Saturday, John. I'm on a Rick Morgan show.
Jim Delacus is on. John LaRocchia, which show is Jim Delacus on? The Heather Pendergrass or the one for Martin Luther's elementary school?
Let's just talk about food.
I am actually on a Carrie Carava show.
Let's just talk about food, please. Pat, what
Which
did you make
which
for
show is
Easter?
Jim Delacus on? The one that we're doing on? Well, the one that I was on Saturday before just now. Or the,
Can we just talk about
This got
food?
away from us very quickly.
It did. Well, because John is like doing the show like from remote.
It's
so
remote, right?
It's a little.
I want you to pick it up. Do a few impersonations first.
Pat, what did you
Yeah,
make
this is
for
my
Easter
farewell.
at the
No, I
York?
have to do my farewell
Boneless
address.
leg of lamb.
You know what?
Very
Mr.
nice.
President, what's with the wall?
Sacrilege at my house. My
Your grandmother used
no,
blood sauce?
no,
Okay.
no. My niece's husband was cutting the cannoli with a knife and fork.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Step away from the cannoli. Oh,
That's like cutting pizza.
my
So,
God.
Pat, wait a minute. Pat,
Wait,
you made
sacrilege.
boneless leg of lamb at the assisted living facility?
Yes.
Did it have varicose veins in it?
I have to do my
Yes, it
farewell address.
Yes,
This is
it
my
did.
last
Come on,
5
that was
minutes
a
on
good-
the air.
That was a good joke.
It
darn
was a good joke, but you didn't have an audience to laugh at it.
I want to wish
Patty laughed at
everybody,
it.
I want to thank you. This is my farewell address from the Oval Office. And I just want to thank everybody in the audience for watching Laughter Saves Lives Live. Well, I'm signing off now. I hope that we left this show a better place than when we founded it. Farewell. That was Ronald Reagan. That was a great Reagan
That was a
impression.
great
It really
Reagan.
was a good
Yes.
What did I do? Well, Bush, Obama, Reagan.
Now, question, President Trump, do you think that UFO would have gotten our airspace if we had a wall?
If we had a wall and we built the wall high, okay, it would have. I mean, it's common sense, right? They can't get over the wall.
So we
John's
would have
wife
the
liked
wall.
your punchline.
John's wife did.
That's more important than
I mean,
LaRocchia liking it.
Frank's like your. I'm sorry.
Yes,
Frank's
my-
wife is a
apparently my
wonderful-
wife is all over you today.
She's a,
So-
you know
something
what?
I need to know, Catherine?
She's a wonderful woman, and she has a very astute sense of comedy.
She does.
So terrific.
She does. She's seen me naked.
So
Apparently, she's seen Steve naked too.
So that's sacrilegious to cut the freaking cannoli with a fork
Oh
and
my
knife.
God.
were they the chocolate dip cannolis?
Those are the best.
Does it make a difference? You still don't cut them.
You never cut a
but
cannoli with a fork
I
and
want
knife.
to close this show out just talking about food because that's a universal topic.
Right.
All right.
I don't. I believe they were the chocolate cannolis.
The chocolate dip is phenomenal.
All right. Somebody was just being careful. They didn't want to eat the whole cannoli, or maybe didn't want to seem like so
No, he was being German.
Oh, he's
This
being German.
thing
Very
with the
particular.
cannolis,
Germans are very
it's not good,
particular.
Tom.
Right.
They're very
It's not done.
precise.
You have something
All right.
against German people?
I wonder if they
nothing.
could have cannolis at the wedding.
Very precise. Why?
The royal wedding.
I'm
With
not German.
2,000 people,
What do you
they
care if I
might have
have some?
cannolis.
You got to have a cookie tray.
They had a wall.
They're having their own conversation.
We're having two
We're
different
having our own
conversations.
conversation.
That's all right. I got fired anyway. It doesn't matter.
The question is, Pat, if you catered the royal wedding, what would you make?
What would I make? Oh, my God.
For dessert, let's stick to desserts. What would you have for the desserts? A big thing of cookies? Just throw them out on each table. Hope 2,000
we
people.
get the cookies from the girl that brought us the cookies.
Who
that
was
time.
that?
I would
we
do like a
remember?
tea
I have no
party.
idea.
A tea party, for
We don't get
royal
political here.
You would do a tea party like
Yeah,
Tea
well,
and crumpets,
tea and crumpets.
cucumber
crumpets.
sandwiches.
but that's the
Tea
dessert.
and
Oh, finger
crumpets.
sandwiches.
You know, we do
booger.
tea parties.
Of tea
We
and
do tea
crumpets.
parties at the Regency with the residents.
Bangers and mash,
You
if you
make
will.
little finger sandwiches,
Allowed
and,
to have those.
Yeah.
pedophores.
Whoa, hey!
Whoa, hey!
What goes on?
We don't get into serious
Oh,
subjects.
come on, we don't
Easy,
talk about
pal.
that stuff.
No.
We already had the uncle.
No
Yeah.
chocolate. Your wife said no chocolate?
All right. So
Wake
you had the
Pat
leg
up.
of lamb.
He said to wake up. We're all getting fired. Well, I'm not the only one.
Well, I was just
Everybody
listening.
goes.
I was just listening.
Yeah,
to
listen,
you.
I'm under contract, so if he fires me, I'm getting.
I
beat
can't
out.
wait till John LaRocchia gets back. I really miss
I don't
him.
even think he's back next week. He's got the last.
I really
he's
miss
got
him.
I had a
Dude,
Met ticket
I mean-
for him too. Now I don't know if I'm going to give it to him.
John, I need your help back here in the studio, John. I really
Right.
We miss John in the studio. If he was here, I wouldn't have gotten fired because he would have made things. He would have made sure things ran right. That man does not fuck around.
do. And you know what? We got
doesn't
our
stop.
Met game April 16th.
I was gonna.
Yeah, we got our Met game on
we're
16th.
gonna buy it.
Not that anybody's
I
going to
forgot
come
about
see
that.
it. Yes. You're not going, right?
I am.
Oh, okay.
You're going to that game?
Why not at the ballpark?
How many tickets do we have?
I don't know. Les Deegan got it.
Les has the tickets.
Oh, then I'm not in.
I hope we have a ticket for you.
It doesn't matter.
All right, that's all, folks.
That's all. My farewell show.
Everybody,
Thank you.
Thanks
you
for
for
tuning
tuning
in
Right.
to
Thank
Laughter
you so
Saves
much.
Live.
It was an honor to.
Hopefully you'll
on
be
the
back
show,
next
on the
week.
show.
Next week
Same
we'll be talking
time.
about how they make the mulch for the swing sets.
Yes.
Old leather gloves.
Thanks, folks, for watching.
Slapping in
I'm not on the show
hands.
anymore.
See you next week.
Popcorn and peanuts.
Enjoy your
Working
cannolis.
the
Don't cut it with a
stands.
Right, don't cut your
knife.
cannolis with a knife.
Don't cut him with a knife.
Love on a stick.
Keep watching the royal wedding.
Chasing the beer. The circle the lips play ball.
Farewell.
Play ball.